Hello everybody, welcome back one and all to the rainy side of Seaswept Base in Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Last time we played as Lynn to get up here, and this time we've got someone else in control. Just gonna move off to the side because I want to watch this enemy as it goes. Oh no, it spotted us, never mind. I guess we're going into this.
First, let's bolster our offense.
Zoom out a bit. I guess we're playing as Elma from the jump. Let's respond to that soul voice first and foremost, and I guess there's no better way of showing her off than by engaging in combat. Let's start with side slash to inflict fatigue, then let's move him to the back and try and inflict stagger anyway. This rain, oh, it screwed me over a lot last episode trying to inflict topple. Do you see at the top right how we've got that beam down, electric up, and accuracy down? Yeah, this weather's not nice. That's the stagger. Sliding slinger. Ah, he's turning around. Stream edge. And down it goes. I guess that was a rude way of showing off. Now that that has been dealt with, I have a bit of a moment here to show off this place and this very atmospheric music. Wait, how far away are those Unseculars? Are they really close by? No, they're not. They are just enormous. I hope I don't aggro them by just walking underneath. You can see on the map there are a ton of treasures in this base if we can just get to where they are. So we need to be careful navigating around them. All the prone around here have got group detection, so more allies will come in if they have the chance. But detecting by sight, if you know, you know. And with that, tangent out the way, back to the subject at hand that I wanted to talk about in the first place, Elma. She is quite the beast of a blade. Probably the most powerful party member we've got at the moment. As a full metal Jaguar, she is built to be reliable. Her class gives her boosts to her evasion and to her melee and ranged accuracies. She hits often and she can dodge often. To get the most out of her damage, however, you want to be dancing around the enemy, going from the back and from the side, because all of her arts are conditional based on those positions. Shadow Strike does more damage from behind, while still inflicting stagger. Side Slash, from the side, boosts damage. Sliding Slinger, from the side, boosts TP. In addition to that, she's also got Stream Edge, this TP art. Boosts damage in a ranged combo. This means that if you combo this art after using a weapon that is tied to a ranged art, not necessarily a ranged attack like Sliding Slinger, but even one that is just a ranged damage. Like we can combo Stream Edge and Primer, and it still counts as a ranged combo. It does more damage. Let's answer this soul voice. That's a stagger. Kill off this Pro Major. I didn't use them in this battle, but she's got 2 auras to show off. Not even 2 auras, in fact. She has actually got 3 available, and she's going to unlock a 4th down the line. Let me just arrange my arts palette to actually put them all next to each other, because we need to talk about this. Elma is very versatile, not least in just the fact that having 3 different auras can vastly change how she functions in combat. She's got Primer, and she's also got Upper Hand. I was using Upper Hand to begin with. This grants critical power, but Primer grants critical power as well as increases TP. There's very little incentive to use Upper Hand when you've already got Primer available. These arts are your staples on a Full Metal Jaguar. Fatigue, lowers enemy melee attack, really useful, side-based. Works well with Sliding Slinger, gets you in position. This is a TP boosting art, works well with crosses. TP increasing soul voice, Shadow Strike, fantastic. Stagger Inflictor, one of the best in the game. Now let's talk about her auras. Thirsty Edge, Early Bird, and Shadow Runner. As we go through the base, I'm going to try and use one of each of these in the battles that we get ourselves into to properly show them off, because they will change what best is. Oh, thank Christ, the weather has changed. Oh, we're in much better weather now. I can't tell what buffs those get, but with the rainbow effect after the storm, It's nothing but blue. Blue skies and rainbows from here. Add an indigen nest that we can open up. The other way... This is the main path we're back on here. We've kind of done a circle back around. This is the lamp we could see from the entrance. This is where the pugilist would normally be walking around. But there was a path off to the right that we took, and over here is a frontier
Strength comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
Right in the heart of this base. And just getting it gets us a level up. There are 2 prone guarding this. We've got the TP to spare. Let's show off the first of Elma's auras here, Shadow Runner. Because with this up, I hope melee attack them before they detect me anyway. But one of the effects of Shadow Runner is that it disables enemy detection. You can walk right up to an enemy and it won't affect you. The other effect of it is that it boosts potential and boosts damage from behind. It combos nicely with Shadow Strike, and also if I just activate it again, our Sliding Slinger and then Stream Edge from the behind, boom! Huge damage. It boosts potential. TP arts like Stream Edge, their damage operates off of the potential stat, rather than the melee or ranged attack stat. So the higher your potential, the higher damage TP arts will do. Or in some cases, the higher healing they'll do, depending on what they are. What have we got here? A Survival Specs. That's a fantastic bit of headwear. Potential up to Stun Decoy. XP boost 2. Yeah, let's take that. We've unlocked that frontier now outside. We've got 3 different tyrants in the area, including Eutropio, but look at their levels. We're not going to be filling in these recons anytime soon. That said, it did get us 5% survey rate on Primordia for doing that, and it got us an energy clip. These are a new item to this game. Energy clips increase the amount of energy there is in the quick cooldown, I seem to believe. Let's put... What's the... Combat support, revenue, production. Let's put a mining probe down in here. Give us a bit more uranium. That's 2 probes installed. 3, in fact. Because we've got the one over in Starfall as well. Just move out of the way of these prone. Their eyesight's not great. We can move fairly easily between them. Up ahead is a much higher level prone. And in the pen next to him are more of those armored suits, also higher level. Can we sneak past them? Because behind them there's a treasure. Let's grab that. You'd think surrounded by higher level enemies it would give us some high-end gear, but nope, just give us some battle points and some credits and experience. Ooh, this prone in the middle is gonna make things a bit difficult. Can we avoid it by going around? Yes, we can. Detection type 2, smaller range. Ooh, yeah, there is one other thing. It wasn't Elma's skills that I wanted to look at. It was Crafty's. Because as an enforcer, he should have a couple. Yes, he does. Inner Search. Boosts potential by 12%. That is a good ability. Even though he doesn't have any potential arts yet, it still increases soul voice healing. Let's add that on. The 12% is going to be nice. And then move up this slope, and we're heading towards the second level of this base. This prone over here, why don't we show off the next of Elma's abilities? Engaging. This time, let's use Early Bird.
Early Bird. Use an aura.
I realize I should have used Primer first. I've got the points. Let's Oh, I've not got the TP though. I guess we'll lead the other battle now. We'll use Early Bird on this.
Step in and stagger them. Roger.
Assemble to me, please. Assemble to me, please. Do you see up top? There's a tyrant up on top of the that building. If we are not careful, we can draw that tyrant's aggro. Oh, come on. Move away. Move away. Come to me, Prone. You've got a good range on you. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. All right. And it gave Primer time to charge up its secondary. Let's use Primer now. This grants us critical power and boosts our TP. Next, if we use Early Bird, this will raise the power of the critical power tier. It also boosts critical chance, and it boosts evasion. It's a great one for dodging attacks and moving in and out, and increasing critical chance. You see those big numbers? Those are critical hits. Critical power is a buff, not to be confused with critical chance. Critical chance increases the percentage chance of a critical hit landing. Critical power increases the damage of a critical hit. So having a high critical power tier, when you do land crits, you will deal extra damage. There we go. Now that he has gone down, let's go into the building proper. Because Barbara gave us the slip on the way up here. I don't think there are any more prone inside here. No, it doesn't look like they are. We're comparable level. I think we can do this. Let's go and deal with that tyrant who's on the roof. There he is, level 11. He's a bit above our pay grade, but let's fight Langul, the alien payload. We're going to be fighting on a narrow space here. Starting it out with an immediate stagger. Can we get a topple? No.
Now it's my turn.
Stagger again.
Okay, it's time to attack.
Yes, he's toppled.
Slit edge.
Side flash.
Okay, next. Primer.
Primer.
Oh, it's targeting us this time. Is he going to do enough damage for this to be worth it? Not really, I don't think. Let's use early bird.
Use an aura. Get
Actually,
control of the battle.
we got a soul voice prompt from that. Let's actually use Shadow Runner.
Shadow that could have
Boost potential and see how high we can get this. Shadow Strike. Side Slash. Shadow Sliding Slinger. And let's move behind it. And do Stream Edge. Decent amount of damage. That's a new aura it's on. You see that blue buff that it's got? That is Enrage. That's a buff that we'll be seeing a lot. I think every enemy after level 10 can activate this aura, but I think Tyrants have access to it from the jump. What it does is it's a Desperation aura, giving them mostly bonus stats. I'm not sure what Langul's one, but it tends to be either an attack boost and a potential boost, or accuracy and invasion boost. Crafty here in post here to tell you that in the case of this particular Tyrant, it increases melee and ranged attack at the cost of melee and ranged accuracy. It's like a Berserker mode. But there we go, down it goes. Do we get a hollow figure? Yes, we do! Prone male hollow figure. That's 2 for 2 on the hollow figures. I am chuffed. I've still got one more aura to show off, but before I cross this bridge, there is one thing I want to call attention to. If we go into Intel and go into Enemy Index, and if I... No, not the Grex. If I go into Sorting, these prone are not Theroids, nor are they Insectoids. Prone are humanoids, a new type of enemy, and with a new type of resistance spread. It's an interesting one. I'll move off the Tyrant. These regular prone, no physical resistance, no thermal, electrical, gravity resistance, but they do resist ether damage, and they are especially weak to beam. Additionally, these Pugiliv are also weak to beam. These are mechanoids, and look at those. That nasty spread of resistance is big resistance to physical damage, and to ether damage, and to thermal damage, but they are weak to beam, weak to electric, and weak to gravity. So us having beam weaponry in this base is meaning we are getting a lot of value. It's meaning we're doing a lot more damage than we would be doing with physical weaponry.
Engaging.
Alright, let's deal with this prone guarding the gate. I can see the enemies up ahead. You see those exclamation marks over there? That means they have the potential of dropping one of our basic mission materials.
Shadow strike.
Stagger him.
Some damage.
I'm slightly worried that Elma's sliding slinger will just send us careening off the edge of one of these bridges. Thankfully, they have got barricades on either side.
My focus is improving.
Although Lynn does a jump when she does Bombardier, so there's possible she jumps off the edge. We're still not really taking enough damage for me to show off this last aura. Thirsty Edge is a bit like Recuperate. Actually, as auras go, that description is very straightforward. You basically heal off melee attacks. That's exactly what it says on the tin. I don't know what the healing scaling is on it, though. I don't know if it's tied to potential or how much damage you deal with melee attacks, but it seems I've got more interesting things to worry about. That battle got us some class rank ups and some new arts on the palette. Some for Crafty and some for me. I think we also got some skills out of it. Elma, what did you get? You got Steady Hand, further works of ranged weaponry, boosts ranged accuracy by 12. That's nice to have. And then, what about on us? Because I saw Crafty got something as well. Beam Boost. Boosts beam damage by 30%. Let's immediately put that on. We've got a ray gun in our possession. And we've also got beam barrage. Let's actually put a few points into upgrading this. Boost beam damage by 35, and this will move it up to 40 at level 3. Let's also put a bit into potential. Why not? And then on the arts palette, yes, Elma's got something new. She has got a new ranged art, Violent Streak. This is a great, fun little art. And let's equip that. I'm going to have to get rid of an aura for this one. Do I? Which one do I? To be honest, I'm not going to show off Thirsty Edge now. Let's take this off. Auras do not stack. So do not think that equipping Shadow Runner and Early Bird will stack up the effects. It's one or the other, I'm afraid. Then let's move Side Slash over here. And let's put Violent Streak on here. Violent Streak is a fun one. It's a slightly less reliable version of Sliding Slinger. This one is also a TP boosting ranged art, but instead of boosting TP when attacking from the side, it boosts TP when landing critical hits. Great to combo with Primer and Early Bird, which is why I'm going to keep it around. We should be able to get a chance to show this off in the upcoming battle. You see, we've got these. I was eyeing these up before. Let's
What? They've seen us.
not get the preemptive on these sewers. Let's go.
Engaging.
I
Lay down
won't miss
fire.
this chance.
Side slash.
I was commenting how I like the armor.
Move in and do some
Ooh,
damage.
this is deja vu if you've watched the side content of the upper
Chrome
path.
armor!
Appreciate
Let's go with Shadow Runner for this one. Sliding Slinger.
Appendage destroyed.
Violent Streak.
Power into this one.
Can we get any crits? Oh, no we don't.
Now it's
We
my
can take
turn.
them if we're
But
smart.
Stream Edge, big damage. Very nice. One of the sewers is down
Move
already.
in and do some damage.
They're only level 7. So it's a fairly fair fight, and there are 3 of us to 3 of them.
We're in a good position. Move in! Chrome armor!
Let's get fatigue down.
This force.
They're pushing me back! Recuperate!
There's Crafty with Recuperate. There's another one.
Repair!
Oh boy, he's drawn in more. Oh, this is a maybe Thirsty Edge. Maybe I was preemptive getting rid of Thirsty Edge. This is a valid battle for it.
Primer.
Leave this to me.
Primer. Let's Stream Edge into that. See if we get the combo boost.
Move in and do some damage.
This is improving.
Let's try
It's
Violent
time.
Streak.
Violent streak.
Hit harder.
Primer.
You guys.
Oh no. Lid's down. Lid's down.
No quitting allowed.
My
Oh.
adrenaline's rising.
Oh, Crafty's got her up.
Nice. Move
Wonderful.
in and do some damage.
Okay. Ooh, I need to take this more seriously.
Into this one.
Okay.
Side
Side slash.
Hostile
That's another one.
Armor!
Switch to close range combat.
I saw Lin got a level up off that one. How many enemies is that? Oh god, there's 4 of them. This is This has turned into a free-for-all. Okay, Sliding Slinger.
We're in a good position.
Let's Early Bird.
Primer.
Let's get Primer going. Use up some of that quick reload.
Down.
Stream edge.
I need
Stream
healing.
Edge. Let's quick cooldown again and activate that.
Chrome armor!
Side slash.
Nice. Move in and do some damage. Now, melee attacks.
Sliding Slinger again. Violent Streak. There, 2 crits. Crits, crits, crits. TP gain. Thrown down, and there's 1 left.
Shadow strike. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Can we get one for the road here, Lynn, with a wild down? It seems not.
Side slash.
We're in a good position. Move in!
Sliding Slinger. And let's get the Soul Voice prompt and Stream Edge. Ooh, that was a fight. Tough Hump Steak, Fleecy Fur. We did not get the item that we need for the extra mission. It's going to be a Seward Fillet that is wanting. However, clearing out those pens in that prone gives us free access to the Citogen Nest. Very nice battle points, and our objective is right up ahead in this building up here. But guarding the way to it, you saw there are some pugs on the way. These are a new enemy type.
Engaging.
Locked and loaded.
If you see the icon next to the level, that indicates what sort of enemy type they are. In this case, these are mechanoids.
Carnival.
So,
Nice.
we want to be doing beam damage against them.
Lay into it.
Chrome armor!
Primer.
Iron prison.
Side slash.
Wow.
Let's get the violent streak going.
Appendage down. Weaken 'em and
It's a
let
shame we don't have a. It's a shame we don't have a ranged TP art. Even though it doesn't modify off the ranged attack stat, it still copies the element of the weapon in use. So because this is a melee art, this is physical
Repair.
in damage because Elma's dual swords are physical. If we had a ranged art, if we had a ranged TP art,
Split edge!
Hostile neutralized.
it would be doing
Switch
beam
to
damage
close-range
because we've got
combat.
Gemmels.
Slide.
Focus is improving.
Let's get the Shadow Strike off and inflict fatigue.
Okay, it's time to attack.
Primer. Early bird with the
Now
boost.
get in there! Split edge!
Side slash.
We could have comboed into that with
I owe you one.
we could have comboed Stream Edge into that, but it's fine, it's fine.
Stream edge.
Stream Edge,
Repair.
some crits. And it's almost down. Down we go. Another rank up. Oh my word. A skill for Lyn and an art for Lyn. A new aura at that. Let's quickly touch base, because I think no new arts for us. However, Crafty's got a new art. Recuperate. We haven't looked at this. Repair. This is a dedicated healing art. Recovers the target's HP by 5%. Let's put some points into that. Surely. Oh my. Oof. I thought it was going to increase more than that. That's only 6%. You see what I mean about heals being kind of unreliable? It's only single target. It is a debuff removal, though, which is quite nice. You know what? I'll take pity on it. Let's give it a few. Oh, we've learned something else as well. Not just... Let's organize these a little bit, shall we? Recuperate. Let's get the buffs on this side. And the damaging arts on this one. What's this one? Myopic screen. Another beam attribute weapon. What does this inflict? Ooh, it's a blackout. You remember how I said that was a really nasty debuff? Lowers ranged accuracy and melee accuracy and evasion. Getting that off. Really, really handy. Let's pump it as high as we can get it. Level 3, that's already really good. Slit edge, not worth it. Repair, chrome armor, recuperate, that's all fine. And so that. Has Lyn got anything new? Ooh. Fire Carnival. We've seen all of these. There it is, Super Shield. What does this aura do? It reflects physical attacks, reduces the damage you take, and it nullifies stun. That's compared to Iron Prison, which boosts physical resistance and is a spike. So this is a spike aura, this is a reflect aura. When this is up, any physical attacks coming into Lyn will be deflected back. If we had had this during the Orvis fight, the Orvis would be killing themselves. Unfortunately, at this point, while we're in the Seaswept base, not many enemies deal physical damage, but you betcha I'll be showing that off. And down here, she's got another ability. She's got Bullet Storm. Deals weapon damage, inflicts flinch on humanoids. We're fighting humanoids right now. This couldn't have come at a better time. Wonderful art. 22 flinch on humanoids. 12 hits. Imagine if this gets fired with the TP soul voice. That's even better. And if you get it up to secondary cooldown, it also gives TP anyway per hit. Let's rearrange the arts palette to make that fit in with the rest of them. I'm going to put Fire Carnival on the left here. Fire Carnival... Wild Smash, Wild Down, Wild Smash. I really don't like Wild Down. I really don't like Wild Down. It's so unreliable. Shields have awful melee accuracy. Oh, I'm already missing Assault Hammer. In any case, our objective is in there. Before we go in there, I see some more treasures around. First and foremost is another bridge. Level 9 enemy. Ooh, okay. A level 49 Tyrant. That's the Segment Recon Tyrant. Bogdan the Dense. We're not beating that anytime soon. I don't know, actually. With Lyn's Super Shield, maybe we can make it do some damage to itself. Ooh, sounds a bit cheesy, though. There are the Enseculars again. And over here we've got some scale wreckage. An extra treasure. Ooh, yes, of course. Sorry, I forgot. There was a skill that one of us got as well. Not for us. Not for us. For Lyn, what have you got? Mighty Muscle. Melee attack by 10%. Very valid. I wonder how much of a boost that gives her, actually. Let's check. Skills. If we remove that... what is Lynn's melee attack without that? Lynn's melee attack right now is 77. If we give her Mighty Muscle, 10%. 77... That should increase it to 83, if it's a 10% increase. 84. That's not an insignificant number. That's equivalent to a melee attack up 1. And if we upgraded a few points, how big of an upgrade is this? 15, 20. That's going to give her 14 points. We don't have the BB to upgrade it further, unfortunately. What does that put her to? Lynn is now at 92. Versus 45 for Elma and 31 for us. Lynn's melee damage is huge. Up there is a treasure. To get to it, we've got a few prone to get through first. So let's... Oh, this is what I mean. These don't have barricades. If we're not careful, we could drop ourselves off. There we go. That stream edge has got more hits than it looks. TP up, resist stagger. That's a good bit of gear. Let's take that. And then Guardian Negate here is another pube. Pubes are interesting because they've got 3 different appendages, the head and their 2 arms, and if you destroy all of them, you nullify their art entirely. Every single art they've got is tied to one of those appendages. And if you break all of their appendages, there's literally nothing they can do. They can just stand there and do nothing. So there we've got both their arms. And down it goes. Any enemies on the way up? No, doesn't seem like it. But there is a door hatch we can open here. Just out onto the balcony. However, our treasure is further up. Ooh, that is grisly. Ooh, it really doesn't look good for our boys, does it? There's a skull impaled. It's like a head on a spike. That's a rough ending, even though... I mean, do skulls have feelings? Can we do something funny here? Can we stagger him off the edge?
Get in close and land a blow.
Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Down he goes. I'll see you on the bottom. Oh, there he is. Sparted him off the ledge. We sadly can't combo Shadowrunner into Stream Edge because it's a melee. It's tied to the dual blades. Down he goes. Wait, hang on. You're not serious. I'm not climbing back up for you. No.
Beam barrage.
Fire carnival.
Guys, we're not. Leave. There we go. Broken Buckle, Survival Quantlet. That's a good one. Range attack up. Let's equip that to Elma. We can move this up to potential up 2. Stun Decoy. And EXP boost. Who's got the lowest? I mean, we're all the same, actually. Let's give me these specs. Let's give Lynn... no, Elma's already wearing those. Oh yeah, we got this. The bargain tank top for completing the basic mission. Lynn in a tank top. Suits her, actually. Heatwave screen. And, okay, those are cooldown reducers. And secondary cooldown reducers. Cooldown reducer reduces auto attack cooldown. Secondary reduces secondary arts cooldown. There is unfortunately no dedicated primary arts cooldown. But these are nice to have. Heatwave screen, also pretty good. And we get ether resistance and thermal resistance and a bit of gravity resistance from it. I would consider this. It's actually unironically a good piece of armor. Just not for right now. Let's give her these. Terroid Slayer and Stabilizer. Stabilizer's nice. What that does is it boosts the weapon stability. Reduces that threshold, that 12% threshold. And the Theroid Slayer adds a 10% damage boost to Theroid enemies. We'll be fighting a lot of Theroids in the future, so let's give her that. Riv, Titanium Knife. The Riv gives us melee beam. We're not getting rid of that. There's our way in. I want to do one final thing. And that is go into Soul Voices one more time, because I want to do a slight bit more customization. We did the customization for these three. Draw melee, draw ranged, and opening art. I want to do it for these three this time. These are the soul voices that fire when characters get to low health. This one at 60, this one at 30, and this one when an incapacitation occurs. I want to modify these to best suit a manner in which we can do it where we have the best chance. HP risk, 50% to soul heals. I like this one. I don't think this one needs changing. Our other options are increased hit to buff arts or a bit of TP to the target. 250 is not really going to do much for our purposes, even 500 on rare occasions. This one, however, HP Peril. Currently it gives us a boost to soul heals. The alternative is 25 with invincibility gained. That's not a bad choice, but I like this one the most. 500 TP to the target and rarely 1000 TP. That's not an insubstantial number, and it can be a big difference maker. And then, last words. This 500 TP per hit on melee art? At the moment, we don't have a party that can benefit from this, but if we apply the same principle as we did to the opening art, and someone responds to this with something like Fire Carnival, Sliding Slingger, Violent Streak, or Bullet Storm. Violent Streak and Bullet Storm are fantastic arts to activate this to, as you will be getting hundreds and hundreds of TP. You'll probably max out after activating this, meaning that you will immediately have the TP necessary to revive an incapacitated ally. Elma and Lynn certainly will anyway. Me, maybe not. Although, Beam Barrage hits for a few as well. You never know. Could help us out in a pinch. Up ahead is a grisly sight. I see bodies on the ground. Can we try and negotiate?
They're all dead. You killed them all. In cold blood.
Fortune did not smile upon them today.
Nelson.
You filthy Earth aliens do not belong on this planet.
You seem more fluent than the others. Are you in charge?
I am called Glennar. I command this squad, Earth alien. Now it is time for you to surrender.
Hello, Glennar. I am called Elma, and I command this squad. If this planet is your home, we apologize for intruding. We crash-landed here after our ship was damaged in an attack by unknown adversaries. We were hoping we could negotiate a peaceful settlement in exchange for our friends, but...
Peaceful settlement? Your words are wasted on us. All we can promise Earth aliens is a swift death.
Elma.
Right. We tried. Looks like survival of the fittest it is. Fine then. Seeing as you know we come from Earth, I'm guessing there's a good chance we might have a score to settle with you anyway.
Let's go. Mano a mano, weapon for weapon. Only now the game is telling us about how tension points work. I've already gone through all of this. Cost TP to use, you take 300 TP to perform a revive. We haven't got this though, this green circle for recovery. Works the same way as a regular soul challenge. Interestingly though, how well you perform on this will determine the amount of HP you get back, and if you score a perfect, you get 1,000 TP to revived ally. So it's really good. That's useful to know. Good is 80% without the TP gain, and a failure is a really low HP restoration. It's more or less a full heal if you get perfect or good though. Resuscitation, 3,000 ally, 3,000 PP, and we're also getting the tutorial of a soul challenge at this point. I've already gone over this. It's talking about how it gains you morale. You get some TP from scoring perfects. And here the morale level. You get more frequent soul voices at high morale level. You get a higher TP bonus with improved soul challenges. But as you increase morale, they get more difficult to hit. The line goes in steady. Now, can we please hunker down and fight?
Should weaken them just to be safe.
Yeah.
Let's go!
We're on top of this now.
Prepare.
These prone
Myopic screen.
have got some interesting weaponry to them. All the prone in this game, every prone you'll be fighting has got a
Appreciate it.
different weapon type, and it affects the range darts in which they can inflict. Every prone can use shrapnel, and every prone can use slam with their hammer weapon that they've got in the back, and wild slam with the hammer as well.
Recuperate. Beam barrage.
You see how Crafty's also got a red line attached to him. There's a prone in here that can inflict taunt in the same way that Lyn
My
can.
adrenaline's rising.
One of the few enemies that can do so.
Prepare.
It's time to attack.
But as you can see,
Myopic screen.
Side blast.
Glenar's already down. Down goes the Ruffian.
Appreciate it.
And down goes his lackey with another rank up. And yet more auras for Elma. It seems we took too long. Next time, we'll see if we can salvage this loss.